With Valentine's Day right around the corner, jewelry is definitely a girl's best friend. Roses are red, violets are blue. Get some jewelry from Jeulia for your boo. I received this beautiful Infinity Love sterling silver set from Jeulia. The packaging is oh so stunning and it's so romantic. Like, look at all this red and gold and love. Definitely puts you in the mood for Valentine's Day. At Jeulia, jewelry is more than just an accessory. It represents something much more profound. Jeulia's beautiful pieces evoke emotion and create memories. This meaningful and elegant design showcases two ribbons interlocked for an infinity symbol shaped look, while shimmering round stones add eye-catching sparkle to the design. This elegant and dainty set makes a stunning statement of everlasting love. I always put myself first when it comes to love and self-care, so this set will always make me recognize the everlasting love I have for myself. Special thank you to Jeulia for sponsoring today's video. Thank you so much for my Infinity Love sterling silver set. I'm really starting to love like really dainty, delicate, feminine jewelry. It just looks so good. Just something very light and subtle, but still just has like, you know, a nice little statement. And the fact that it's all like a cohesive set just makes it super cute. But I absolutely love this set, and you can get this set and any other limited edition Valentine's Day sets right from Jeulia. Let's jump right into today's video, which is going to be a Q&A with me, Mia the Boss. I really wanted to do this video to allow you all to get to know me. For anyone who's new to my channel or any of my returning boss babes who have been following me for a long time and just had like some questions and anything like that, I am answering it all today. So if you want to learn a little bit more about me, Mia, keep watching. A little bit about me, like, you know, basic information. I was born June 2nd, 1988. Yes, I'm 35 years old. You all never believe me when I tell you how old I am, and everyone is always shocked at my age, but you know, I am a June Gemini, a proper Gemini. I was born in Cincinnati, Ohio. I grew up in Charlotte, North Carolina. I moved to Atlanta, Georgia in 2019, and just recently I moved to Houston, Texas. So I feel like I have been all over, which is crazy. I'm like, wow, I have really lived in 4 states. But yeah, so that's like a little bit about my background, because everyone always asks me, where are you from? I consider myself to be an Ohio girl, but I grew up in North Carolina. So I feel like I have best of both worlds. So yeah. How tall are you? Very good question. I get that all the time. I'm 5'10". I'm probably really like 5'9" and 3/4, but we're gonna go with 5'10", okay? Everybody who meets me never thinks I'm this tall in person. And I'm like, yo, I'm tall. When I have on heels, I'm like an easy 6'1", 6'2". My dad is like 6'4". I remember I have like a female cousin. She was like 6'5". I remember like one of my other like aunts, or she might really, you know how black people, we call you our aunt, but you really like our cousin. She was a really tall woman too, but the women and the men on my mom's side of the family, everyone's really not that tall, but the height comes from the Taylor side of the family for sure. But I love being a tall girl. It used to be an insecurity of mine when I started like reaching that growth spurt in 7th grade, but I would not have it any other way. I don't understand why short men like me. They always make like weird comments like, oh, do you play volleyball? Do you play basketball? I'm not afraid to climb that tree. Do you have any siblings? And tell us about your family. My family life is one thing that I kind of keep a little bit private off of social media, again, because I just feel like once you put too much of yourself out there, there are just evil people who like to try to go and just figure out stuff about you. And my family and my love life are two things that I try to keep off of social media. I do have 2 brothers. One of my brothers lives in LA. My other brother lives in Florida. My parents also live in California. I'd always post one of my brothers, but my middle brother, he is very reserved, quiet. He doesn't really have like social media or anything like that. He's married, has a beautiful baby. I love my family, and I feel like whenever I'm with my family, I just try to cherish that time with them. So I don't really have like my phone out a lot. I'm not YouTubing and doing too much of that. But yeah, my parents have been married for 34, almost 35 years. So my parents are still together, happily married, and I'm the oldest of 3. I'm 35, my brother's 34, and my youngest brother is about to be 29 later this week, which is crazy. But yeah, that's you know, my family life. Where did you go to college? Did you go to college? Did you graduate college? Yes, I went to college. I actually went to 2 universities. I started off at Winston-Salem State University in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I transferred my junior year to North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University, aka North Carolina A&T. Is nationwide, but that's my alma mater. I graduated in May 2011, but I walked December 2010. My major was journalism and mass communications, and I graduated a semester later because I got fired from my internship in December, like that second semester, the fall semester of 2010. I was working for this I was an intern at a newspaper in Greensboro. I think it was called the Carolina Pacemaker or Carolina Peacemaker. And everyone told me not to take that internship, but I still did. And I remember it was like a snow day and I was supposed to go out in the field and get this story. But baby, I had like this little 2005 Ford Focus or something. It might have been a 2002 Ford Focus, 2003, I don't remember. But baby, that car was not going nowhere in the snow. So I decided to stay home, and then I got fired. So then I got another internship the spring semester, when technically that's what my diploma says. And that internship, I was a copyright editor and just fact checking stuff, and it was so easy. I forget that publication I worked for, but I really learned a lot. I always wanted to be a journalist, something in writing, and that's what I did. Where did Mia the Boss come from? Wow, that is a good question. So I was in love, infatuated, enamored with Rick Ross, everything about him. He was the biggest boss, and I wanted to be his girlfriend, his wife. So why wouldn't I call myself Mia the Boss? I remember my Twitter name used to be the Boss Girl Mia, and then I remember Mia the Boss became about, and literally it was like, it was history. I had a lot of usernames before then, but Mia the Boss has been around for years and years and years, and that's just, I feel like I've been living up to the name, making boss moves, doing things for myself, and the name has just stuck ever since, and it's my brand, and I love it. The job or career you left to pursue content creation. So that's a really good question. I worked for Sprint from 2013 up until 2018. I gave them 5 years of my life and I quit. I was working for Fashion Nova and many other brands around that time. So of course I was working full time, 40 hours a week, sometimes more hours a week, plus doing content creation. And when I realized that I just did not like my manager, I just had to leave that job, and I didn't even have a plan, you know. I knew I had money saved up for like at least like 2 months. I knew I had like a certain amount of commission checks still coming in, the content money I had coming in from like all these brands. I was like, I just said a prayer and I said, God, please allow me to let this work for myself. Like, I really want to be my own boss, set my own schedule, and just pursue my passions and, you know, deliver amazing content and just really dive deeper into the world of being a full-time content creator. So I remember May 2018 was the first month that I paid all of my bills, like my rent, my car note, my car insurance, with straight influencer money. And I remember I cried and I was like, wow, you know, I can really do this. Being a 100% full-time content creator is hard because it's not steady income all the time. You don't know when you're gonna land another contract, land another gig. So there were times when, you know, my money was getting kind of funny and I was getting a little bit bored, and I felt like I was having, you know, a little bit too much free time, because when you work for someone else, like, you know, a 9 to 5, that productivity, like when you don't really have that or have that routine of like going to work, you feel very unproductive. So I remember I went back to work. I was working at a hotel from I think like July or June 2017, no, 2018, and then I quit February 2019. So having that freedom and that independence to work for yourself, it's very, very, very empowering. And when you go back to working for someone else and you have to ask them to use the restroom, or can you take a break, or just dealing with things from your employees and from your coworkers and upper management, it's just a lot. And that's the one thing that I really appreciate about working for myself, or being a 1099 worker, a gig worker, whatever you want to call it, is ultimately it's like, yes, my contracts and my deadlines are my boss, but I don't have anyone micromanaging me. I don't have anyone I have to report to, no one I really have to talk to, you know. And that's one of the things that I love. I just have my phone, my camera, my laptop, and that's just, you know, like my network. So yeah. Now, a thing that a lot of people did not know about me is when I moved to Atlanta, I took this job. Y'all, I did not know what this job was really entailing, because a lot of my work background has been in luxury hospitality. I have worked at like the front desk, and I became like a manager at a 4-diamond boutique hotel when I was in college. And then when I moved to Charlotte, and after I left Sprint, I was a front desk supervisor at at 2 hotels downtown Charlotte. So then when I moved to Atlanta, I was like, you know what? Let me just try to get like a little job as a backup just in case something falls through. Ciao. I was at that job for like 2 weeks. I was dating this older Nigerian guy, and he was always complaining about me always being at work and not being able to spend time together. That's a whole nother story time, but he basically paid me to quit that job, and I didn't get another job until, God, that was pandemic time. So I want to say that was like February 2022. And I worked at that job for 1 week. But my most recent job, and a job that I stayed at for a long time that I actually really, really loved, and I didn't tell anyone I was really working there, like besides my friends, because I've had in the past where crazy ass people on the internet have tried to like go to my job and like get me fired, make up lies, and like just do really, really crazy things, because people just try to dox you and do really crazy stuff. But I actually worked at the St. Regis in Atlanta, by far one of the nicest hotels I've ever worked for. And even I stayed there like before I was even working there. But I worked at Astor Court. I was a hostess, and I got to do like afternoon tea on the weekends. But I worked there from May 2022 to November 2022. I had to leave. Everything about hotels, and if I had to go back to working again, I would do something in hospitality, but more like on the marketing side. And I think that kind of goes into one of my next questions. Someone asked me, do you ever think about going back to a 9-to-5? So technically I've never had a 9-to-5 job. I've worked telecommunications retail, which was Sprint. That wasn't 9-to-5. That was like, you know, retail hours, like 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then working at a hotel, you either work like 6:30 a.m. to 3 or 3 to 11. So those are always kind of been like the hours that I have worked. But yeah, if I did go back and I had to get a 9-to-5 job, and they said, do you ever think about going back to a 9-to-5? I have thought about it, because sometimes I think like, okay, I don't know what could happen tomorrow if the social media influencing thing just stopped. But I would definitely want to do something with like Marriott International, with like the luxury brands, something with marketing. Like that would be just a dream for me, because I love hospitality. Or I would want to work for like a fashion consultant firm, or just something like that. Something that just has to do with the passions that I have. So definitely, I do not knock 9-to-5s, and I know that being an entrepreneur is not for everyone, and some people love to have that stability and that structure of having a corporate job. And I just feel like whatever you're doing to make your money, be happy, do it, okay? Because working for yourself is not what it's all cracked up to be. Okay, my next question is, who is your dream brand partnership? I thought about this one for a long time, and it's very hard, but I think that a brand I would like to work with would be like Delta. because I want to travel more, and I just feel like Delta has so many different things. Like they do Delta vacations and then the flights, and for a brand to like sponsor me to be able to travel to like some really cool destinations would be freaking amazing. So I think that might be like the top of my list. And I'm a Delta Amex girly, and you know, the Sky Miles, but I love Delta, and I think that would be something really, really cool to do. What are 3 unexpected facts about you? So number 1, I went to boarding school for a semester in 10th grade. I was 14, got kicked out, and yeah. Another unexpected fact about me, I played volleyball while I was in boarding school, and I got to be really, really good. I even got voted most improved. So I was using my height to like, you know, an advantage. And what's another unexpected fact about me? I am like a super nerd. I have a very vast vocabulary, and just really strengthening like my knowledge is about different subjects. It's something that I really like. My dad used to call me encyclopedia when I was little, because I did used to read the encyclopedia, but I also just knew a lot about a lot of different subject matters. And even like my friends today, like, you know, anytime someone needs help with something, or they don't understand something, or don't know what a word means, or they want to know about like a current event, ask me, because I like to be abreast in things. And just, I feel like knowledge is just power, and the more you know, the more you grow, baby. Do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? I've been following you for a minute, and I'm proud of you, Mia. Thank you, bro. But where do I see myself in the next 5 years? Let's start there. 5 years, I'll be 41. Can you fucking believe it? It's like, wow. But I see myself being married with at least 1 or 2 children. I do want to be in a very loving relationship, and I want to travel the world with my husband before I have children. I want to see at least 10 countries in the next 5 years. I think that's doable. And I want to have a successful business. I don't know like what that is, like whether it's going to be like some type of like online type of like digital product or digital service, but I want to do something. I don't see myself being a 100% stay-at-home mom or anything like that, but I feel like if I was to be a stay-at-home mom, I'm very domestic. Another little fact about me, I love cooking, I love cleaning, I love maintaining like a beautiful household. So I just want to be able to still have my independence, and to still do something that's going to keep my brain, you know, just thinking and going, and just to have like a little piece of me that will maintain my sanity. But I just do want to be, you know, like a modern day woman, but also a kept put up woman, okay? Now, where do I see myself in the next 10 years? I want to be a multimillionaire, just living comfortably, no financial problems, financial freedom, no debt, student loans paid off, just happy, you know, in my late 40s, enjoying life, just seeing my children grow, seeing them happy, and giving back to my community. I used to always say I wanted to be like some type of like political activist and be on the C-SPAN channel. So that is something that I am not opposed to. You never know. I might be a councilwoman of some city in some state one day. So look out, okay? What motivates you to keep grinding every day? What are you passionate about? What motivates me to keep grinding every day is knowing that I work for myself. So if I don't get up and get it every day, the bills is not going to get paid, okay? Like my rent won't get paid, like nothing I do to sustain myself is going to happen, you know? I like to live a very soft life. But I also, with that, it does come, you know, work. Now, I don't believe in working hard when it comes to like hard labor, but I do work hard. I am the definition of a hustler. Like the fact that I really had a dream, and I have been living the dream, and the prayers that I have asked God about is just mind blowing. So that just motivates me every single day to know that I'm just making more and more of my dreams come true. Then also to just being able to live a good life, and to do fun things, and to be happy, to have a roof over my head, groceries in the refrigerator, being able to travel, just enjoy myself. And yeah, because I just don't believe in working to pay bills and to die. There has to be some type of enjoyment in there. And I just feel like these are the years that we're never going to get back. Every day we are getting older. We're never going to return to the age, you know, that we were before. So I'm all about creating memories and just being happy. And what am I passionate about? I'm really passionate about just showing women who look like me that you can do absolutely anything. Your size does not define you. It doesn't restrict you. I just want every girl who follows me to know that you can be confident, you can be beautiful, you can be sexy at any size, and most importantly, you can be a boss, okay? You can have your own business, you can go to work, and there's nothing that a man can do that you can't do. Now, not to be like, you know, get all in particulars, but I just feel like I never let my size restrict me. I never let being a woman restrict me. If there's anything in this life that I want to go out and do, I'm going to make it happen for myself. I'm going to find the resources. If I don't know the answer to something, I'm going to figure it out. And I just want women to be just very strong and very educated. I'm super big on education. I just feel like education in some capacity is what, you know, we need to further ourselves, and just to also just always have some type of education or just knowledge that's going to keep you moving forward. So those are things that I'm passionate about. Just women's rights, empowering women, encouraging women, and just trying to show women that you can be the best version of yourself regardless of your circumstances. Someone said, what is the craziest thing you've ever done, and are you still single? I wasn't even going to answer that question, but the craziest thing I ever done, honestly, let's say the craziest thing I ever done was selling all of my stuff and moving to Houston. I sold everything on Facebook Marketplace, and I packed 3 suitcases and shipped 7 boxes and bought a first class ticket one way to Houston, and I never looked back. Today is the 30th. Wow. I have officially been in Houston for 4 months. When I came here September 30th, I stayed in a hotel and I moved into my apartment October 1st. But I've been here for 4 months. That's amazing. And I just can't believe that I did that. I had a dream and a vision that I wanted to get out of Atlanta. I didn't see myself living there like long term. I wanted more for myself, more for my future. And I came here and I've just been making it happen for myself. And I am so proud of myself because I was so scared. Like, I didn't have any help. I did this all on my own, baby. Favorite vacation spot and why? Now, I feel like I've traveled, you know, I've traveled more than the average person, but I haven't been to all of the far destinations that I've wanted to go. But in the United States, my favorite destination is Miami. I just have this love for Miami. The first time I visited was in 2010 when I was on spring break in college. I feel like, Miami is a quick getaway in the United States. It's hot, it's fun, it's the beach, it's sexy, great places to eat, partying, just to lay by the beach. It just gives you like you're not in America, but you are in America. And it's just my type of vibes. Just rest, relaxation, luxury, shopping. I just love everything about Miami. And I went Labor Day weekend by myself, and that was like one of the best trips, and I want to go back to Miami very soon. But baby, stay away from Miami in March. Spring breakers, we ain't doing none of that. My favorite shapewear. The only shapewear I have ever worn and purchased with my own money is Spanx. I've been wearing Spanx since college, and I'm still a Spanx girl, and that's another partnership I would dream to have is Spanx, and to maybe work with Spanx and to show them how they can revolutionize and just make more items that would be plus size friendly. But I love Spanx, so if you're a shapewear brand, you want to work with me, you better slide in them emails, baby. But I enjoy the fitness content as a plus size babe myself. Do you have a goal weight / size? That is such a good question, because for those who do not know, and for those who have been following my channel, this is kind of how I even got started on YouTube. I started documenting my weight loss journey back in 2015. In March 2016, I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy, VSG. It is a weight loss surgery. I think around the time that I had weight loss surgery, I think like I was like 360 pounds at like my highest weight. And the lowest I got down to was 270. Now keep in mind, I am 5'10". So being tall, you know, I carry my weight pretty well, but a lot of my weight is in my tummy area, which I freaking hate. I have like that pear-shaped body or apple, I don't know. No, I'm not a pear-shaped body. I think I have like an apple shape, but yeah, I don't like that. But anywho, my goal, and as you all see on my channel, I have been working out. I started taking my health and just like my overall health and fitness journey very serious back in 2021. I took pictures for my birthday and I was just like, girl, you're gaining weight again. You're getting fat, your arms, your face, like your stomach. I just was not liking how things were looking. At the time I was dating this guy from Ghana. He was always in the gym and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come into the gym with you, because he would always say, let's work out, let's work out. And then I think just getting comfortable in the gym and doing different exercises and ultimately just changing my diet has contributed to me losing weight. What was it? Last year, I decided to try semaglutide. Only did it for, I think, like a total of 2 months. I lost like a total of like 15 pounds. And I actually want to get back on semaglutide. It has like a lot of the effects that having VSG does. Like you feel full quickly and all of that good stuff. So I don't care what y'all say about people taking Ozempic and all those other things. Listen, whatever people in this life want to do to make themselves look better, feel better, I'm all for it, okay? But I went to the doctor last Wednesday, got on the scale, I was 307. 307 is the weight that I've kind of been in for the past. But ultimately, I want to get out of the 300s, which is something that I have not seen since like 2017 or 18. And then ultimately, I want to get down to 250. So my short-term goal, or just like the next milestone, is to get to be 299. Then I want to be 275. And then I want to get to be 250. My lowest weight, I believe, was like around that 275 area. So if I can get back to 275, which was my 2017 hot girl body, baby, you ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing. So I'm 32 pounds away from my goal and I want to get there. I don't eat red meat. I don't eat pork. I don't really consume a lot of like chicken. Every now and then I do. I really want to go back to being a pescatarian, but I do get bored eating fish, and I think I could even be a vegetarian for real. But just ultimately, I was just really inspired by just being the most healthiest version of myself. I want to be healthy. I want to be happy. I don't want to fupa no more. For quite some time I did think about getting like cosmetic surgery, like getting a tummy tuck and a BBL. It's something that I have not totally like crossed off my list, but ultimately my goal is to lose the weight, put in the work, because a lot of girls are going out here getting their bodies done and they looking like King Kong at the top and your waist is small, but you still got a big back. So we gotta unbig our backs first, okay? And that's no tea, no shade, okay? Are you single? Why everybody want to keep asking me that question? Yes, I am single. I'm gonna be totally 100% honest and transparent. I don't consider myself ever being in a real relationship. I have never had like one of those relationships that have lasted years and years. I find myself to be very, very picky, and I have a very low tolerance. Every year, and especially this year, I say this prayer, and I really try to just open up my heart and my mind to welcome and love into my life. But I just really feel like I never met anybody who just really does it for me. Like someone I can just be like butterflies in my stomach over, to where I'm just like, oh my God, I can really see myself being with this person for the rest of my life. I do want to be like, you know, a girlfriend, do all those romantic things, just have that person that makes you feel safe and secure and feels like home to you, and like, you know, be your best friend. I just feel like a lot of guys I meet are just, I feel like they're not serious, and or they just lack the initiative. And going through therapy, I learned that you have to know what your non-negotiables are, and if somebody just ain't checking those boxes for you, why waste your time, you know? Like, I do want to date with intention. I'm 35 years old. Hello, like, I need to find my man. So I don't have time for play no more, okay? I'm single, ready to mingle. What is your favorite quality about yourself? My favorite quality about myself, there's two: communication and punctuality. I am on time, and when people are not on time, it grinds my gears. And punctuality and communication go hand in hand, because I feel like when it comes to my time, if I'm running late, I'm gonna let you know, which is very, very rare. But I just feel like communication is very, very important. I feel like the more you communicate with someone, just shows that you respect them and that you just want to keep them in the loop about what's going on. Then also too, with punctuality, I like people to know that I respect their time, because I take my time serious. My time is money, my time is valuable, my time is precious. And I just want people to respect me, and I'm going to respect you, baby. Okay. Do I have any tattoos? I have 3. So I just showed you one. This is the first tattoo I ever got. It says Belle. I remember I got this font. It was Edwardian script. My second tattoo is a pink bow that's on my foot. And my third tattoo is the infamous Rihanna tattoo I feel like all the girls have. It's my birthday in Roman numerals. So that's it. I used to say I wanted 7 tattoos total, but baby, I was not dealing with that pain. And I only like very small, dainty tattoos, and I still want to get another tattoo in like red ink. I just don't really know what I want it to say, but I don't believe in like big overbearing tattoos in areas that are just like, you know, noticeable. I just want them to be very feminine, small, that you can only see when I, you know, if I'm naked. You feel me? Why do you like dating Nigerian men? I was waiting for someone to ask me this question, and I knew they were going to ask me. So I wanted to save that for like another video, but I'm just going to give you like the basics. I started dating Nigerian men like 8 years ago. I did not used to like foreign men. I don't know why, but maybe I don't know why. But I remember the first time like I actually was really around like Nigerian men when I lived in Charlotte. I remember I went to Nigerian Independence Day in like so that was 2015 actually. Yeah, that was 2015. So actually I've been dating Nigerian men for a lot longer. It's probably been like nine years, because I remember I met this guy in Charlotte. It was like his little friend group. We used to have so much fun, and I was like, wow, they're just so fun and so generous. They just want to, you know, just cater to you. You don't ever have to worry about bringing out your wallet, whatever they want to do. But one of the things that really attracted me to Nigerian men and just the culture is that, yes, a lot of African men like chubby, fluffy, fat, plus size, big, full figure, curvy girls. So when I was meeting men who really appreciated me and valued me at my size, and, you know, just made me feel just so beautiful and so sexy just with how I looked, it just makes you feel, you know, more confident. You feel more empowered, you know, it just helps your self-esteem a little bit. Now, mind you, I have always been a very, very, very confident girl, but it was just very refreshing to meet a man who didn't care about your size and who actually liked you for what you looked like. So I think that that was like the first thing that made me feel like, okay, I could, you know, this could work. But also too, the other thing was like, you know, Nigerian men and just African culture and tradition is to be a man, be a provider. You know, that's just one of their cultural things. Like, they're gonna take care of you. If they're gonna, you know, ask you if you want to go to dinner, or ask you if you want to, you know, do these things, like, they're gonna ensure that you have a good time. Especially Nigerians, they like to party, they like to have fun, but I think like ultimately they're gonna take care of their women. And if you ask any Nigerian man that's what they're gonna say. They're gonna say, you know, we take care of our women. And that's why a lot of other countries and people in Africa, they be hating on Nigerians, because they know the Nigerian men got the money to make it happen and to have fun with their girl. But I think those are like the two things, is especially, you know, being a girl who likes to live a princess life, a soft life, have a man cater to her, pamper her, spoil her. And when you meet men who fit that, you know, that niche, that role, it's like, why not? I like to be able to rest in my femininity, and I feel like when I'm with a Nigerian man, he does just that. He is going to allow me to be the pretty dainty feminine woman, and I don't have to come out of my pocket and do anything. Now granted, I have met some Yoruba demons, some horrible Nigerian men in my life, but overall, generally speaking, I have nothing but love for my Nigerian men, and that's all who I have dated. Now, do I see myself dating a Black American man again? I never say never, but I have not put myself in any environment to really date a Black guy. But I really feel like I'm gonna marry an African, so especially a Nigerian man. So where you at? I'm in Texas now, baby. I'm in Houston. They're supposed to be everywhere. Where you at? Where you at? All right, y'all. So that concludes my Q&A video because my stupid battery is about to die. I hope I answered some of your yearning and dying questions. And of course, I'm definitely going to do a Q&A part 2. I wanted to do this video before I did my life update video so you all can get to know me a little bit better. And I hope this video you learned a lot or a little bit about me that you haven't already known. Thank you so much to everyone who is following me. For my new viewers and watchers, do not forget to subscribe, okay? If you've come this far, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, become an official boss babe. I would love to have you all join my community. And until the next video, bye.